6:13 right now. San Antonio homeowners are getting stuck in huge solar panel loans that could have them paying more than $100,000 over 25 years.
That's not much of a savings, is it? You know, they often don't realize the total cost of those loans until they're already paying them. But now, Andrew Moore is speaking with lawmakers to find out if the state can do anything about it.
We've heard the story multiple times. A door-to-door salesperson tells you that solar panels will eliminate your electric bill and the government will help you pay for it. But it's not always true, and it can get some homeowners in a lot of trouble.
They said that they would be paying for themselves.
When Frank Trevino agreed to a solar panel system on his roof in 2021, he tried to tell the salesperson he could only afford so much.
I went with the least expensive, the $20,000.
But the final contract ended up being more than $83,000, and the total cost of the loan to finance it came in at over $100,000. Trevino says he could never afford it and never intentionally approved any of it.
I never signed it. I never saw it.
But the loan company was still trying to collect. And before that, KENS 5 met Dora Torres and Ricardo Ferdine.
They talk to you real good and they try to convince you about you're saving money.
When Torres signed up for solar panels, she unknowingly ended up with a loan that would have cost her $109,000, and she would have been paying it until she was over 100 years old. Ferdine's loan came out to $99,000. Both of those loans were eventually canceled after pressure on the loan company, but the homeowners say the loan amounts weren't clearly disclosed and left them in dire straits.
I don't know what would have happened, and I don't know what would have happened to the property either.
But is there a way to put a stop to this?
I mean, the reality is that this is a case that our Attorney General should have someone looking into.
KENS 5 started by talking to State Senator Jose Menendez. Menendez says there is time for the Texas legislature to take action.
It looks like we need to put some guardrails in place.
But lawmakers will need to speak to reputable solar companies to find out how.
At a minimum, we should bring them into the state to ask them questions.
KENS 5 also spoke to Central Texas Solar, which has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Field manager Leo Capici says a company should never even start a project unless they knew it would actually save the customer money, so this shouldn't happen in the first place.
They should tell the simply customer, you're not qualified.
Yeah, they should come out and say, hey, you know what, this is not a good project for you.
Central Texas Solar does not work with these kind of loans, but they said they'd be happy to meet with lawmakers about how to regulate them. The current legislative session will continue until June. Menendez says there is still plenty of time to get something done.
I would absolutely think there'd be a bipartisan appetite to help protect our constituents, yeah.
And of course, the fastest way for the state to take action would be to get the Attorney General involved. So we're reaching out to Attorney General Ken Paxton about these loans. For Call KENS, Andrew Moore, KENS 5.
Now, if you have an issue you can't seem to get resolved, give us a call at 210-470-KENS or head to thekens5.com/call-KENS. We have a form on there where you can tell us about your problem and we'll see if we can get you some help.
And I'm glad Andrew's looking into this because I look at the Call KENS line every day, and we literally have well more than 100 complaints on solar panel issues, and a lot of them are just like this.
Wow.
So the state needs to do something through the OCCC, which is supposed to protect consumer credit loans.
Right.
And they're not doing it.
Wow.
Hopefully they can get some answers.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Something.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yep. Solar panels be buzzing today, won't they?
Yeah, I think so. We'll have a lot of